Hey everyone, I'm Eric Bowman, editor-in-chief for TravelPulse.com, and welcome to Travel Advisor Tea Time, the show where travel advisors spill their thoughts on hot topics in the travel industry. And joining us now on Tea Time is Steven Gould, owner of two travel agencies and founder of Travel Advisor Resource Center. Welcome to the show, Steven.
Thanks
Cheers.
a lot, Eric. Appreciate you coming on and inviting me on too.
Yeah, so today's topic on Tea Time is all about Europe travel and seeing what's hot and what's not there. So let's dive right into it, Steven. What's hot in Europe travel right now?
Yeah, so we're very fortunate over here at TARC because we actually have a Facebook group called Travel Advisors Selling Europe, and there's a lot of advisors all throughout predominantly North America sharing trends, sharing what's going on. So, of course, we're seeing a lot when it comes to Italy, the Jubilee, and what just happened with the Pope passing and all of that. So, I'm not going to cover too much of that because that's always what's hot. I feel like Italy is always a top destination, same with Greece. But what we're seeing a lot of is kind of like off the beaten path destinations. So we're talking like instead of going to Lisbon, people are moving out to Porto. Instead of going just to Rome or Florence, they're going to Puglia and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different kind of changes in that off the beaten path market. And to that same point, I think the other big thing that we're really seeing is that people are really moving more into the luxury sector and they're looking for more luxurious experiences, accommodations. They want those skip the line experiences. They want something more private, small group tours. They're not looking to stand in lines and hang out with 50 of their closest friends, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, if they've got the dollars, they're spending it there. That's interesting. Yeah, and no surprise about Italy, or even off the beaten path. Actually, this morning I was on Facebook and just my neighborhood Facebook. Someone was like, "Help! I need a travel advisor. I want to go to Italy, but I don't want to go to Rome, and I don't know what to do." And there was like 20 comments, and I was like, "Oh man, I didn't realize I had that many travel advisors in my neighborhood first." But hey, good for that person in the industry. But yeah, are you seeing the luxury side of things? That term is so subjective. How are you seeing that play out in terms of, I guess different clients and travelers in terms of their own financial um, capabilities?
Yeah, I would say exactly like you said. Luxury is subjective to everyone. Some people just want that five-star hotel experience. Some people want a private butler and laundry service. Some people want that really privatized experience. Like I can say I was just on a Tauk trip with Astor River Cruise, and they actually took us to like a private palace experience while we were there, and it was blew my mind seeing some of what they can do in that luxury sector. So I think we're just seeing more of that nowadays.
Yeah, post-pandemic, people were really saying, I've got some dollars and I really want to, have that extravagant vacation at least once in a lifetime. And then they get a taste of it and they say, you know what? I think I'll just splurge more and more. Are you seeing that a
Yeah.
lot too?
A
You
hundred
know,
percent. And I think that's kind of also what we're seeing. Like it just brought up Tauk, moving into the river cruise market. What we're really seeing right now is so many new companies moving into the river market. Like
yeah.
we saw celebrities launching, we saw Trafalgar's going on the river soon. We've got Riverside. There's just more ships, there's more destinations. Like they introduced the Douro, they're now expanding out to Colombia. Like they're just doing more and more of this luxury styled experience for clients. And I feel like last year it was more about like wellness and all of that stuff. And this year it's more of like culinary and culture is really what most people are looking for.
Interesting. Okay. So, we got Italy, we got Greece, we got some river cruises trending up. So that's what's hot in Europe. Now for the tea. What's not?
Yeah, so as far as the what's not, I would say I feel like people are really getting away from those cookie cutter city stays. I mean, everybody knows that an iconic like Rome, Florence, Venice trip is always going to be there and stuff like that. But I really think that clients are looking to work with travel advisors to really get like the high-end recommendations or the unique experiences that they're looking for. And I really feel like that's kind of what's been popping more is like they're like, I want to stay for 2 nights in Rome, but really I want to go do XYZ because they just want something that they're not seeing on social media. I would say that's number one. And then I would say number two is really like under communicated expectations. I feel like back in the day, like pre-COVID and everything, it was easy to churn and burn a client going to Rome. You could just book them, send them, and they'll be happy. Nowadays, we have to be aware of like the ETA over in London, or the UK. We have to be aware of the ETIAS coming out probably sometime next year. There's a lot more than just a book and go process, and I feel like that's where travel advisors have the opportunity to shine, truthfully.
Well said there. Yeah. So that leads me into my next question. What is your go-to advice for travel advisors tuning in to increase their Europe travel sales or just be better at what they do?
Yeah, so I actually got three kind of quick hits. Number one, I would say pre-qualify the heck out of your client because spending maybe 20 to 30 minutes getting to know your client, their travel style, and what they're looking for will truly save you probably 10 to 20 hours in the proposal process because you're kind of lining everything up properly to begin with. Number two, I would say when it comes to Europe, really focus on selling the emotion, not the itinerary, because usually people will buy in the feeling of like sipping wine over in a medieval village or maybe watching the sunset in Santorini. And so they'll purchase on that emotion and then they'll start justifying everything after the fact, like how the logistics are all going to work out. So lead with the dream and then truly back it up with all the details later. And then number three, I would say stay educated and also stay engaged. Like I mentioned, we have the Travel Advisor Selling Europe Facebook group. We also have our Travel Pro community. Tie into your in-destination suppliers, tour operators, DMCs, Travel Pulse, all of the North Star companies. I would say get on top of the news. If you guys aren't the experts, somebody else will be. And that's kind of, I think, what really differentiates us as travel advisors in today's selling world.
All great points, yeah, and hitting it on the head there, staying in the know, because the news never sleeps. I certainly know that. So, you guys are certainly crazy busy bookings, to clients and saving the day for clients as well over in Europe. I'm sure you've got tons of crazy stories for European saving the day because it's a little more tricky, saving someone who's across the pond versus maybe they're, just in the Caribbean or something like that. But yeah, that's where the travel advisor certainly shines. Stephen, thank you for taking time out of your busy day to jump on here. And I appreciate all your insights for selling Europe travel. Anything you want to close to plug here as we finish up?
No, like you said, I think everything is covered. I mean, a lot of what we do, you said, is kind of after hours. I know the news and media doesn't sleep, and neither do travel agents selling Europe, unfortunately. But if anybody needs anything, feel free to reach out to our team over at Travel Advisor Resource Center, and we'll be happy to point you in the right directions.
Awesome. Thanks, Stephen. All of his information will be in the description below, and you can also reach out to me if you'd like to be on Tea Time and we can cook something up in the future. Thanks, Stephen.
Cheers.
Cheers.